Like, do you think you have some sociopathic tendencies?
I mean, I don't know if I had those. You would think that I would have had those ideas before, and I became a magician, or maybe being a magician draws them out of you. I think where you're just kind of you enjoy, like, magicians have to naturally be a little bit of a sociopath in that you need to lie in earnest. Like, you need to make. I need to tell you. I need to spin a yarn that's total BS, but if you smell it's BS, this trick won't land. So I really need to be good at
Yeah.
lying and being sincere.
Deep inside you. What do you think it is? Did you have childhood trauma? You
Mm.
got to have something. I can always feel it on them. I can always smell it on somebody.
What's funny is, like, childhood trauma doesn't always lead to, like, magic, like people think
Comedy does.
Comedy does, you
Yeah.
know, like, whereas comedy is a defense mechanism.
But did you
right?
have any heartbreak as a kid that really kind of because look, here's the deal. You're a good guy, nice guy, smart guy.
Mhm.
I know there's something in there. I feel like a therapist right now. But we all have a thing.
We all have a thing,
Do
know.
you have anything?
Well, I mean, I've always had a bit of an issue with moderation
Sure.
of whatever the substance of the day is.
You want a new drink? You want me to pour you another one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little too moderated right now.
Okay.
Where's the moderator? No,
it's him.
I could have another one, but yeah, moderation over the years and control of that has been something. But that's not the darkness; that's the symptom of it, right?
Could be. It depends. I mean, I'm not here to break it down. I just want you to tell me you.
I will say it's there's a little bit of I think what draws you to magic is it's kind of like, I know something people don't know, right? So you're kind of naturally, because of your art form, drawn to secrets and secret keeping and kind of like manipulating people's heads, you
Yeah.
know, like, so.
Do you think that's a part of sociopathy? Like, do you think you have some sociopathic tendencies?
I mean, I don't know if I had those. You would think that I would have had those ideas before, and I became a magician, or maybe being a magician draws them out of you. I think where you're just kind of you enjoy, like, magicians have to naturally be a little bit of a sociopath in that you need to lie in earnest. Like, you need to make. I need to tell you. I need to spin a yarn that's total BS, but if you smell it's BS, this trick won't land. So I really need to be good at lying and being sincere and telling you something is true. And yeah, that is. I broke both of my arms while riding my bike with the rollerblades. Right? Who knows? I need to make it sound like that really happened.
Right.
So
but it didn't.
It did.
I know.
It did. I'm pretty sure.
I know.
But sometimes you tell yourself a lot. Like, sometimes I'll tell a story just to set up a bit, and it's total BS. But I convince myself that it, like, here's a game I used to play with my dad when we were kids, and blah blah blah. Well, it might be a way I set up a trick, and I have. But that's all. I never played that game with my dad as a kid.
Do you ever believe it yourself sometimes?
But yes, I believe it myself, because you get a little good, and you have to. It's such a method acting thing of. Not like you're not playing another person, but you're playing yourself if you're being totally honest.
Yeah.
And as a magician, I'm constantly have to, what is Justin when he's really just being sincere look and sound like? And I try to emulate that when I'm not. And I fool myself.
See, I like how honest this is, because this is a big part of comedy as well. Like, most comedians, even if you're telling your own depiction of something, all stories in comedy are going to have some semblance of pulling from air. It's impossible to have lived such a, I'm not Forrest Gump. You know what I mean? I can't have all of these amazing stories. So we do have to take from the reality, blend our own. A good friend of ours, was writing a bit and said, I don't want to make this about the person it's about, because then they'll know it's about them. And I said, do you have a brother? And she said, no. And I said, well, then it's about your brother. And that's a thing that we do a lot in comedy, where it's like,
to make the bit work, you invented a brother that doesn't exist.
Yeah, because then it puts the onus on a thing that isn't real. So who's going to get mad about it if they found out it was about them? You know what I mean? And we do that stuff a lot. And I helped her do this bit because it was a great bit. And I was like, she's like, I'm embarrassed if they find out about it. And I said, well, they don't if it's not to them. It's kind of like one of the first bits I ever got landed on TV. I referenced my dad, but it wasn't about my stepfather. It was about my biological father. But a piece of the other story has a story from my stepdad in it. So I just blended the two worlds. And, both of them know, but nobody knows. But it doesn't matter, because it's helping the bit's progression. Instead of me, I can't break it down. I go, well, that part's about my dad, but the other one's about my stepdad. But it is something my stepdad used to do. In fact, his best friend used to do that. That's why I got influenced. It's a waste of people's time. So we all have this story spinning element to us that does, yes, convince you sometimes what piece of this is.
Well, I've had my dad in the audience when I'm telling the story about a game that we never actually played. And he believed it too.
He thought it happened.
Yeah, he would say, "Man, I remember playing that game with you." Like, I fooled him. So he'll now perpetuate the bullshit of like, yeah, let me tell you the story about this thing I used to do with Justin, because he was so proud that it inspired a bit that he can enjoy as an adult, and that it apparently left such a whimsical mark on my childhood when I just made it up. So it's kind of like retroactively creating
but it's great,
happy childhood.
Yeah, you're making your because what is the truth of a story anyway when it's monotonous like that? Your version is just as valid as somebody else's, right? It's your version, their version, and then the 10,000 feet reality that somebody else can put together. I don't really know. So if it's like, I remember going to that place when we were a kid, and your mom going, did we ever go there? I don't know. But if it makes you feel a type of way, then sure, fine. Who cares? Your memory is fleeting regardless. You're holding on to things that you actually care about. Run as fast as it can. Is there someone in the magic world you have beef with? Please tell me you got some drama with somebody out there. Call them out, dude. Call them out on this show if you're going to call them out, dude. Let it rip.
Magicians love beef.
They do, huh?
Yeah.
It's funny because, it runs in the world of comedy.
Is this a promo for your other show, Beef?
Yeah, for Beef I did on Netflix. Please watch them in 4 episodes.
That's right. And there's a new spinoff coming soon, Magician Beef.
Magician Beef, yeah. It's a little bit more rare.
Ayo, that's right. Well, I don't know.
No, it's actually
pretty well done.
It's overdone,
I don't know.
to be
it's
honest
over
with you.
easy.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I have beef with magicians. I don't. I find keeping grudges to be exhausting. Like,
sure.
There's so much to remember already in life, and like keeping up with my own convictions and, my point of view or opinion changing about things as I get older and evolve and learn. Like that, that's a lot of work. But to also remember the people that have wronged me.
Yeah.
It's like, what good is that going to do me? Like, I will sometimes be like, oh, there's so-and-so, let's go say hi. And Jill's like, you hate him. And I'm like, oh,
I
you're right,
hate
I do
that
hate
guy.
that guy. Shit, that's right, I hate that guy. Let's still go say hi. Like,
See,
I
that's
love.
a nice place to be. You can just let it, but in your community,
It's such a small
rich, huh?
community. It's kind of like we're all the same little, like micro subculture. Why beat each other up? I will say magicians, though, because it is such a small community, and we were talking about, lifting material here and there, and, oh, I did that first. Like, there's only so many tricks that are out there.
Sure.
But there are hundreds of years of magical literature and this and that, and there's so much independent creation, and there's also so much, plagiarism and this and that. Like, magicians can very easily get hung up on thinking that someone else doing a thing vaguely similar to what they did is the thing that's keeping them from making it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Comedy, same thing.
I'm sure, right?
Same exact thing.
It's like, he took that joke from my YouTube special,
Or they'll just say like, oh, the only reason that they made it is because of this thing that they do. And then it's like, but I could have done that thing. I would do that thing. I just don't do that thing. And it's like, well.
And same for musicians too, like the sampling of this and that. It's like brawl,
But pulling out weapons, you're like, God, this guy is good.
Yeah.
In the middle of a fight.
Hey, you got a problem with me, Blaine? Let's do the bullet catch for real.
Now, do people like him? Do you like people in your community? They like David Blaine.
Yeah, it's funny. Blaine magicians hated David Blaine at first.
Why?
Because they'd never heard
popular.
of him.
He was so famous.
How is he so famous so quick?
Yeah.
And then most important is that he's doing the same tricks I do. He's doing tricks that you can buy from a magic shop. Why is everyone freaking out?
Well,
he's biting a quarter and spitting it back. He's like, I do that stuff. Like, and I was one of those magicians who would be like, how's this guy so famous? Like, I do the same thing. But we didn't. We're so deluded. It's like, no, he was the first magician to do that trick, and people actually believed it. The first person to do that material and get the reaction that it deserves,
Just the reaction was it, man.
The reaction was it, man.
You go to a bad neighborhood, you get some good magic reaction.
Right, and he kind of looks like he's got power. Like
he does look a little.
He owned that whole thing. But magicians, man, real tough love relationships first. Magicians love to hate you
until it's undeniable.
Penn and Teller, magicians hated. Magicians would pick it. Magicians would say they are not magicians because they're revealing the secrets. They're
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're revealing the secrets of someone else's trick.
Well, revealing the secrets of their own tricks, but also, Penn and Teller were very careful to often invent the methods that they would reveal and say that but the fact that they were exposing anything at all, magicians they're blind to the brilliance that they're doing and just focusing on one thing,
Right.
But then Penn and Teller were around long enough, and magicians are like, oh yeah, they're
No, they're
David Blaine,
I think
people
they're
are like,
fantastic.
oh, wow, he's pretty great.
It's like, I must be dumb because I've seen those guys. I thought they were unbelievable. I was like, God, they're fucking good. And it's also, again, does it sound funny coming out of your face? Does it look good coming from you? And from a visual standpoint.